again. It's that time again in the month. It is time for the Tom Plays WWE pay-per-view pre-show run-up. Obviously, as I'm doing this one slightly different. I'm not doing this one in one live solid loop of lovely excrement. I'm doing this one in a nice few little clips, but it's all going to be in one big video. But for me, I've recorded it in chunks, and I'm doing post commentary for the whole thing. I figure that's better than the live commentary, because a lot of the live commentary is me going, "Oh no," and "Oh fuck," and "Fuck you, Alberto Del Rio," and all sorts of weird shit like that. So yeah, that's what this one's gonna be. So here's your introduction. What I'm showing you guys on screen is I'm showing you me uploading the story to the WWE Community Creations for you guys to get it if you've got PlayStation 3. So have a look what I'm uploading and you'll see the information I'm putting in, and you can get it. It's going to be called WWE MITB 2013 YT. Okay, so we'll so yeah, here's me uploading it. Now I'm gonna cut here, guys, and I'll come back to you guys. I'll come back to you guys in a moment, and that will be the match. But yeah, it's uploaded as WWE. It's uploaded as WWE MITB 2013 YT. So make sure you guys get that if you are on the PlayStation Network. But I'll see you guys in a moment when we head in to the first match. That first match, the Money in the Bank ladder match. So see you guys in that match. See you there. Cut the entrances off these matches. But here we are in the match. I am playing in this match as Dean Ambrose because he's the guy I think is going to be victorious in the match. But, you know, I'll go into a bit more detail on that a bit later. But this was a really fun match. It's the last match I actually recorded, but I'm putting it in first because I do think the SmackDown Money in the Bank... the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank match, I think that is better suited to curtain jerking, and I'll tell you guys why. You see, I've got this story that I think is gonna happen, and it suits for me to have this match opening the card, and thus having a winner. Now, the way I see this one happening is I see Ambrose winning this ladder match, and the reason being is because the Shield can collect all sorts of title opportunities, championships, and all sorts of stuff, right? But I don't think Ambrose remains Mr. Money in the Bank for a long time. You see, I think he cashes in on the night. But yeah, I figured that this match would be. I figured that Ambrose has to win this because let's go through people in order, right? Whilst there are a lot of people who would benefit from it, right? Can anybody right now see Damien Sandow as World Heavyweight Champion? I don't know, because he's still in the tag team. So that's Cody Rhodes out of the picture too, if you look at it from that perspective. Now Wade Barrett would be fantastic. Wade Barrett should have already had a title run by now, but I'm still not sure that now is his time, because I don't see why you put any of the people in this match over a member of the Shield. I mean, to me, the Shield is still the strongest faction in the WWE, at least until the Wyatts turn up and start running things. So for me, at the time of recording, at least, the Wyatts could have returned by the time this goes up, but I'm sorry for yawning as well, I'm really tired. But I see Ambrose winning this match and becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. So I'll be I mean, let me tell you why Ambrose needs to win this. If Ambrose wins this, right, even if he keeps hold of the briefcase for an extended period of time, think of all the cool things the Shield have got. The tag titles, the US title, and a free and open shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, say for example, not necessarily on this pay-per-view, but somewhere down the line, Dolph Ziggler wins the championship back. Hell, maybe Ziggler wins the title back against Alberto Del Rio tonight, but we'll talk about that when we get to his match. But let's just say the championship's on a face, right? Or even a heel, it doesn't necessarily matter, it could be anybody. That person has a match. They're a little bit, I'm a bit tired, but I've won my match. Yay, look at this, well done. Ooh, look at me, I've won my match. The Shield bolt down to the ring, all three of them, right? But with Ambrose slightly further behind the other two. Rollins and Reigns beat 17.5 shades of shit out of the champion, beating them down to the degree that even their mother would have problems recognising them. You know, beat them down so that, that they can barely stand up. But then they pick the guy up, prop him up in the corner, so he's on his feet. Ambrose then gets to the ring, slides under the bottom rope, walks over to the referee, shoves him, hands him the belt, the briefcase. The ref has to cash in. The opponent's on his feet. Ambrose casually walks over to them, hits his finisher on them, puts them down, pins them, 3 count, World Heavyweight Champion. Right? Then you've got the Shield with a world title, the tag titles, and a mid-card belt. And that's a way you can increase their dominance over the division. Now that works with both a face and a heel, but I've got a more in-depth idea that links to the result that I've picked for the next match. But for now, yeah, I think Ambrose has to win this one because I can't see any reason for anybody else to win it. I just, I really haven't been into WWE as much the last month or so. I've really started to get out of it. I mean, I've always been a guy about a storyline. And if there's limitations to what the storylines are, I have problems with that. But, I think, and this was really cool when I did this. I had a good bit of fun doing this because I wanted to try out all sorts of different fucking monster moves, and Ambrose seemed to be able to take everything in this match. So I had to go at everything, but I think Ambrose has to. I think Ambrose will become Mr. Money in the Bank at this match. He'll and I honestly I think he'll cash in on the night. I really do. Because you do very often have one bloke cash in on the night. Because it gets a bit confusing if you've got two fellas with briefcases running around going, I'm Mr. Money in the Bank. No, I'm Mr. Money in the Bank. It's almost like Kane and Daniel Bryan. I'm the tag team champions. No, I'm the tag team champions. But, you probably have one cash in on the night. And for me, you do that with Ambrose. So yeah, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to let me know who you guys think is going to win the first match. You can number the matches 1 through 5. I think there's 5 matches on the card tonight so far. Anyway, but I want you guys to sort of put them in the comment section. Who do you guys think is going to win? Don't be a smarmy dickhead and wait until the day after the pay-per-view and come on and go, well, I think 1 is this, 2 is this, 3 is this, 4 is that, 5 is this. Yeah, you know, look at me, I got all of it right. What's my prize, bitch? No, I want you guys to sort of call them in advance. So I'm calling this match in favour of Dean Ambrose. You guys can call the match however you so choose. I do like propping the match up, the ladder up against somebody's back. I think that's pretty cool. But who do you guys think wins the match? Damien Sandow, Cesaro, Barrett, Rhodes. I mean, Fandango isn't in this match on here. One, because I haven't got a Fandango core, and two, because I'm limited to 6-man matches. And I don't think he's one of the guys I don't think will win. So I took him out of the match. If you guys think Fandango, you guys say Fandango. You know, it's your call. Who do you guys think's going to win the match? Now, if you guys want to play along, you can download this and you can play along. I'll put all the matches in, as you guys see them on this video. They're all available there for you guys. So, how's about that? Pick your winner, and let me know who that man is. And I will obviously we can have a back and forth discussion. I'll be coming on with a pay-per-view post show with Hardy Tech Yo-Yo. We'll be recording that around about 24 hours after the pay-per-view. And it'll likely go up just after Raw, but because obviously I'll record that late at night my time in the UK. So yeah, make sure you guys look out for WWE Money in the Bank post show review featuring me, myself, Tom, featuring Hardy Tech Yo-Yo, the YouTubing Caterpie, and 2 special guests who will be named. The first time their names will be heard will be when we announce them. But I have spoken to these people and they will be there. So it'll be me, Hardy, and 2 guests. I think you probably know who the 2 guests are because they're two really good friends of mine. But here is your winner, Dean Ambrose, Mr. Money in the Bank. Who do you guys think is going to win? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll be back in a moment for the next match. See you guys at the next match. Goodbye for now. Here we are inside the second match of the evening. This one being for the World Heavyweight Championship and being contested by Alberto Del Rio and Dolph Ziggler. Alberto Del Rio has Ricardo Rodriguez in his corner. Now, I chose to have Dolph Ziggler out here alone. Now, allow me to explain why I did that. On Raw recently, Raw and SmackDown really, when we've had Dolph Ziggler running out and assaulting Alberto and getting knocked out by Alberto. AJ Lee and Big E Langston have been nowhere to be seen. So, is it safe to assume, therefore, that WWE are subtly separating Dolph and AJ? Because to me, that's how it looks. It looks to me like they're subtly separating them. So, with that in mind, I chose to keep Dolph alone out at the ring. Now, as for a winner, I figure this one has to go to Dolph Ziggler. Because, whilst my idea with Ambrose winning the last match would work with either man, it could be used to add to Ziggler's story. Because Ziggler's story is that Ziggler was the World Heavyweight Champion, having cashed in his Money in the Bank, yes? He then got a concussion, a legitimate injury concussion, and recovered from that, and then came back and defended the championship against Alberto Del Rio, who took advantage of Dolph Ziggler's concussion with constant head kicks. So, with that storyline in mind, if Alberto does something and defeats Dolph, that makes Dolph look a bit ridiculous. So, I figure Dolph has to win this, and this has to be Alberto Del Rio Alberto Del Rio, the filthy, horrible monster bad guy, getting his comeuppance, learning his lesson per se. That's the way I think this one has to end, and hence that's why I've got Ziggler down for the victory. Now I think it also, if Ambrose cashes in on the night, because we're going by the assumption that Ambrose wins the Money in the Bank. If Ambrose cashes in on the night, that also adds to Ziggler's story. That he won the championship again, finally exercising the monster that is Alberto Del Rio, and finally defeating Alberto Del Rio, only to then be jumped by the Shield, beaten down, and lose his championship to a member of the Shield. And then you could do a Dolph Ziggler as a face versus a Shield. That's definitely going to get Ziggler. That would definitely have Ziggler over as a face. So that's a way you could. That is honestly a way you could go with it. If Ziggler wins this match, Ambrose then cashes in on him, and you've got a program then you can go with. Plus, then you also get rid of one of the Money in the Banks, and there's only so much you can do when there's two Money in the Banks lying around. So that is definitely something you could do, and that's the way I think it goes. I see it. Dolph wins. Ambrose comes out, cashes in on Dolph. Ambrose leaves as the new champion. But it doesn't matter what I think, it matters what you guys think. So let me know in the comments who wins this match, Dolph Ziggler or Alberto Del Rio. And I'll see you in the next match. Of course, which will be, I definitely Ziggler wins this one for me. Sorry for doing the audio in the wrong order, but I wanted to try and commentate all the way to the end of the match and my audio froze for some reason, but I'm back now anyway. But yeah, Ziggler has to win this one, and I'll be back for the next match in a moment. See you in the next match. Goodbye. So of course it's time for the third match on the show. This is the other Money in the Bank match. I wanted to get the two Money in the Bank matches out of the way, and I think the show needs to end on the championship match, the WWE title match, and you need your come down match in the middle. So for me, this match is in the right place. I know the pay-per-view is called Money in the Bank, but I really don't think in this day and age you can main event with the Money in the Bank. I just don't. Plus, if you have the Money in the Banks before the title matches, which I've done with both in this instance, you have the opportunity of dual cash-ins with the winners of the Money in the Bank matches cashing in against the winners, against the champions, at the end of the matches, or even cashing in to jump into the match and whatever, So that is an option. Now this one is for the Money in the Bank title opportunity for the WWE Championship. This match, I think I've pretty much picked my winner for this match. I pretty much think this one's being won by Daniel Bryan, and I'll go through each contender one by one and tell you why I think Bryan's a better choice than them to win the match. Now, obviously, you've got Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam is coming back. Is returning to the WWE for the first time in a couple of years. Reason number one why Rob Van Dam shouldn't win this match is because we don't know he's back for good. And I don't mean, we need RVD to sign a contract for 130 years. No, we don't need that. No, that's not what we need. But we do need RVD to say, well, I'm back for another run. As opposed to, well, I've never heard it said, is RVD in it for the long run, or is RVD just coming back for one more payday? You know? What do you guys think? There's Kane. Now, Kane doesn't need another championship. Kane is just there to sort of put somebody over and do some... And he's there because he's in a feud with Daniel Bryan, and he's in a program of some sorts with Bryan and Orton. So that's why Kane's there. Christian. Now, Christian could be a good one if he won it, but again, I really don't see WWE having the stock to put Christian into the... to give Christian a shot at the WWE Championship. I really don't see WWE doing it, so I don't think it'll be Christian. Randy Orton, again in a feud with Kane and Bryan. I see this one spiraling off to it being Orton versus Kane somewhere down the line, and those two feuding over something or other. Sheamus. I don't know. Sheamus has been very, very bogged down in the mid card lately. I don't think WWE is all that high on him. CM Punk doesn't need it. CM Punk's got a program for SummerSlam. That program is with the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. He's also got this sort of on-y-offy kind of feud with Paul Heyman, and by proxy Curtis Axel. So for me, this one has to be won by Daniel Bryan. Now, here's how I see it going. I see Bryan winning it. I see Bryan coming out on Raw the night after the pay-per-view and saying, I proved at Money in the Bank that I'm not the weak link. However, just because I won Money in the Bank does not mean I am guaranteed to be proven not the weak link. You see, the only way for me to prove that I'm not the weak link is to fairly win a championship. Now, I know nobody's ever done this in the history of Money in the Bank, even me. But this time I'm going to do it. At SummerSlam, I'm cashing in my Money in the Bank championship opportunity for a one-on-one match with John Cena, or whoever the champion is. And I'm calling out that champion right now to accept my challenge and accept my cash in for the pay-per-view. Because I'll win this, and I'll win the championship at the pay-per-view and prove that I'm not the weak link. So that's the way I see this one going. That's the way I see them booking the That's the way I see them booking the cash in. It not being a traditional cash in, it being one of those where they they say in advance when they're going to do it, and they actually go ahead and actually cash it in when they say they're going to, rather than like Bryan did say, I'm going to cash in at WrestleMania, and cashed in on a big show in like November. So I want Bryan to actually cash it in for a one-on-one match, a one-on-one headline match at SummerSlam. So that's how I want it to go. So I'll see you guys at the I'll see you guys in the next match, because this one's about to end shortly. I'll see you guys in the next match, which is Chris Jericho versus the Ryback. See you guys in the next match. See you in a second. So here we are, guys. Chris Jericho versus Ryback. Now, this one's acting as sort of a buffer between the Money in the Bank match and the WWE title match. I think you do need a buffer between those two matches. They're two big matches, and you do really need something for people to cool down during the a cooldown ahead of the title match, and a period of time for them to go to the toilet, get their drinks, buy the new John Cena shirt that's going to be mauve. The brightest colour in the world, John Cena and his brand new mauve T-shirt, or even, and this would be even better, John Cena and the one colour remaining in the colour spectrum that John Cena hasn't made a T-shirt out of, John Cena and his beige T-shirt. Oh, come on. You just know, even if WWE did one in the shade of beige, not beige, beige, that it would still sell. That would still sell. So there we go. That's the way I see it. So this one has to be. This one has to be a victory for Ryback. Jericho's on his way out. Ryback isn't. Ryback's also relatively damaged from. How many times has he lost now in the on pay-per-view? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times? He really needs a win on pay-per-view. And Jericho can make him look good. Jericho is good enough in-ring talent to make Ryback look good in a pay-per-view match on his way out. Because Jericho's on his way out. He's got a European tour with Fozzy to do. So that's why, for me, Ryback wins this match. I also think he needs to look somewhat dominant in the match. You know, and beat Jericho with the shell shock or the meat-up clothesline, if he still does the meat-up clothesline. And he needs to do that to get the victory, really. Ryback can then go on to. I don't know who he'd feud with next, but he could possibly go on to challenge for. He could possibly go on to challenge for the. He could possibly go to challenge for the WWE Championship after SummerSlam. That's an option. That's something that he could do, but here's Ryback hitting the backpack stunner, which is in the game, but I don't think he does that move anymore, but I think that move looks pretty cool. And up with the shell shock, but I don't think it's enough, but, you know, I think Ryback has to beat Jericho, because Jericho's on his way out, he's going off for his Fozzy tour. Jericho can then be gone for a little while, he can come back, and he'll still get the big Heroes Return pop whenever he comes out, because Jericho's at that level now. That whenever he comes back, he gets a huge pop. He's at the same level as, like, well, I think The Rock's at that level. Shawn Michaels is definitely at that level. Undertaker's there. Many a legend is there, but Jericho is also there. Triple H wishes he was there, but Triple H really isn't. So, from my perspective, Ryback has to win this one. He has to look reasonably dominant. Because, you know, Jericho's on his way out, so there's no sense in Jericho getting the win. Jericho can look a little bit dominant, but Ryback has to dominate to try and rebuild his I'm Ryback, the big like person killing beast of monsteriness. So that's how it has to go for me. Jericho versus Ryback at Money in the Bank 2013. Ryback wins for me. So guys, I'll be back for the next match. The next match is the WWE Championship match. John Cena versus Mark Henry. And that match is coming up right after this one ends, John Cena versus Mark Henry for the WWE Championship. And I'll talk about that match in a moment when we get to it. But yep, Ryback has to defeat Jericho, as he does here. So see you guys in the next match for the WWE title. See you there. And here we are. The main event. This match for the WWE Championship between John Cena and Mark Henry. Now obviously, if I was in the perfect world, Mark Henry would win this, because Mark Henry deserves the win. Based on that promo he got a couple of weeks ago. That retirement promo completely got me. Watching that promo, I didn't know the result of Raw at the time, and I thought, wow, he's actually retiring. And it was the perfect moment when he turned on Cena, starting off, slamming Cena down with a World's Strongest Slam to start the build for this match. Unfortunately, though, with things that I've predicted earlier in the card, that being that Daniel Bryan's going to win and cash in against Cena at SummerSlam, that means Cena has to be the WWE Champion. So, Cena therefore has to defeat Mark Henry in order to lose the belt to Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. So that's this one ends with a cash-in from this one ends with Cena winning the match, building up for the cash-in at SummerSlam by Daniel Bryan. But I still think Cena can look good in this match by having Mark Henry absolutely decimate him, beat the crap out of him, and absolutely decimate him in the match. But Cena, as he always does, to come out on top somehow. So obviously in this match I played Cena, but I think Cena has to win this one, really, just so he can have that match with Bryan. And it's because if Mark Henry wins this, it'd be awesome for Mark Henry to win it, but Daniel Bryan's done that thing of beating the giant killer, the big monster bloke against a tiny little wrestly Daniel Bryan guy. He's done that loads of times, and it's more of a marquee match if he faces John Cena and beats Cena, and it's like, oh, he's beaten the franchise player, the WWE champion, the man on all the t-shirts, the man on all the shows, the man who is pretty much this generation's version of Stone Cold, or this generation version of The Rock, the guy who's getting all the TV adverts, Cena's that guy. And it's more fitting for Bryan to beat him. I don't think it seems that much if he beats Mark Henry. Plus, it does look a bit crap if Mark Henry wins the championship and then loses it a month later to Bryan. That doesn't look very good in my book. That looks pretty crap, really. So that's why I figure Cena has to win this one, because I want Bryan to win the championship, to win the title at SummerSlam, and make that step up to the next to the next level in terms of being a WWE star. Because really, you haven't made that step up to the next level of being a WWE star until you win the WWE Championship. Winning the world title's a different thing nowadays. The world title's virtually a mid-card belt, like the upper mid-card title sort of thing. You win that title as a test to see if you're good enough to go for the main belt. And now I think is the opportunity to put Bryan over and give him that main belt. So this is how so that's how you do it. You obviously have Bryan wins his Money in the Bank earlier in the night. Cena wins the title here. Bryan comes out on Raw. Says I want to cash in to prove I'm not the. I want to cash in and win the WWE Championship to prove I'm not the weak link. Therefore, I'm going to tell the champion I'm going to challenge 1 month in advance. So John Cena, in 1 month's time at WWE SummerSlam, I challenge you for the WWE Championship. And I'll beat you because I'm not the weakest link, and I'm going to prove that I'm not the weakest link. And if I defeat you, the weak link, not the weakest link, and if I defeat you, that will prove I'm not the weak link. In fact, it will prove I'm the strongest link. I'm the strong link in all of the WWE, because I will be the WWE champion. Yes, yes, yes. That's how I think he does it. So, guys, I leave this one to you. Who wins this one? Is it Mark Henry or John Cena? Do remember that this pay-per-view is uploaded on the WWE PS3's online system for you guys to play. And I want you guys to play it, record it, and put your results up as video responses to this here video. I'll approve any video responses that are related to this. Should you not be one who wants to do that, feel free to just stick a comment down below with your results. Or let me know why I'm wrong with my results and why Mark Henry's going to win the championship in a 30-second match. But do remember to let me know, guys. So thank you guys for watching this pay-per-view roundup, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, my friends. Oh, hey guys, sorry, me again. I had to pop up here just to have a quick thing additional on that I forgot to mention during the recording of the matches. At the post pay-per-view, I'll be recording with Hardy Tech Yo-Yo and 2 special guests who I'm not going to announce until we actually do the show. We'll be talking post pay-per-view about the results of the matches, how we see things going from there, and whether we were right with our predictions for the matches. So make sure you guys are checking out the channel the Monday after the pay-per-view. It's likely going to be up after Raw, but we're going to record it before Raw, so it'll be up at some point on Tuesday, the week after the pay-per-view. But make sure you guys are there checking that video, because I love speaking with Hardy and the 2 guests I've got on. I'm not going to tell you who their names are in case they end up pulling out at the end, but they are pretty good guests, and it'll be a good post pay-per-view. So make sure you guys are watching. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching this. Like and comment as you always do. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye. We all called this happening, didn't we, guys? WWE, I record this on the Monday, and then on the Raw that happens that night, early hours of the morning, Tuesday, for me, WWE go, yeah, do you know what we're going to do just to fuck with that YouTuber in Birmingham? What we're going to do is we're going to make 3 more matches. So what you're seeing now is you're seeing The Shield, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins versus the Usos of Jimmy and Jay, or James and James, as I like to call them, because I'd quite like them to be posh prep boys, and they should be James and James, yes, because obviously, Jimmy and Jay both work for initials for James. But you know, for this one, there's an easy result. Come on. If there can't be anybody, honestly, anyone who is predicting that the Shield don't win this, right? Shield have to win this, yeah. I mean, you put the tag titles on the Usos, really? The Usos, the tag team that up until you decided to give them a slight little push to build for this title opportunity, meant nothing in the company. So, I think it's got to be the Shield, because you've got to keep the Shield on top in the tag team division until somebody finally knocks them off, right? At least that's what I think you'd want to do, right? I mean, what else could you do? I mean, in terms of the Shield being a good team, I mean, what I thought for a finish on this match, and you guys will see it, is maybe a disqualification, maybe the Shield go too far with one of their moves. Maybe the referee doesn't take too kindly to a double powerbomb onto a set-up table outside, because you don't want to put them through the announcer's table, because this is the pre-show match. At least I think it's a pre-show match. I haven't watched Raw this week. Read spoilers and wasn't intrigued enough to watch it, so I skipped Raw. But I think this is your pre-show match, and if this is your pre-show match, then you can't do any sort of like. I mean, I was gonna say have Reigns put one of the Usos through one of the crowd barriers, but then again, if you do that, you're gonna have a missing crowd barrier for the entire night, unless they put someone through a crowd barrier and then they replace it with one of them gaudy metal crowd barriers. I suppose that could work, but I went with a steel chair. Because that's the only real way to get disqualified in this. But yeah. Maybe the Shield go too far in beating down the Usos, and they do something that results in the disqualification victory for the Usos. But the Shield keep hold of the belts. Or alternatively, the Shield just beat the Usos like second-hand ginger stepchildren, and win the match cleanly. But what do you guys think? It's not all about me, you know. It's all about what you guys think. Comment section down below to let me know what you think. Alright? Do that now. And I'll see you guys, because I just went with a steel chair shot victory in a minute. But yeah, make sure you guys let me know who's going to win this match. And we'll see. You know, because I think this one's a Shield now. It's all about what you guys think. The next match is going to be for the Divas Championship, AJ Lee versus Caitlyn. See you guys in that match. Goodbye. WWE Divas Championship, AJ Lee defending champion against Caitlyn. Now this feud continues on from WWE Payback, the last pay-per-view, and from previous. Now, Caitlyn obviously lost her title for Mind Games from AJ, the whole Big E Langston being the Secret Admirer and all that stuff. And you know, obviously this feud has continued, and AJ came out dressed as Caitlyn, did all that "I'm Caitlyn and I'm probably a man" thing, and then you had Caitlyn come out and then do a terrible impression of AJ. Yeah. These are girls bickering at the moment. But for me, you've got to keep the belt on AJ Lee, frankly, because it's the old wrestling adage, but you've got to stick with it, really. It's more entertaining to watch a babyface go after a heel. So you keep the belt on AJ and you build another babyface. Now you could do something with Natalya Neidhart. Now I know AJ beat Natalya on a recent TV show, yes, I know, but WWE's been very up in the air about up front about the fact that Natalia just got married to Tyson Kidd, so you could use that and have AJ. I don't know, say something. I can't believe a man married you, or something like that. You know, I had my wedding on TV. I don't know, but you could have something there. But to talk about this match in general, I've really enjoyed this feud. It's been the first time a Divas feud has actually entertained me because I like both AJ and Caitlyn. Um, whilst I think AJ is better now because she's more malicious in what she does. I prefer that to the skipping around. I'm AJ. I'm mental. Do I love Kane? Do I love John Cena? Do I like this person? Do I like that person? Am I sleeping with Mark Yaton, the timekeeper? I don't know. I prefer this sort of calculating version of AJ. It's very. I mean, and I know they were in the ring together a few years ago, but it's very Stephanie McMahon. Very Stephanie McMahon in 1999 when she smashed her dad in the head with a sledgehammer. When she hit her dad with a sledgehammer and did the whole "I'm marrying Triple H," but I mean, I really like this version of AJ. I prefer it to how she was before. So you know, and obviously I do like Caitlyn. I mean, I watched Caitlyn all the way through NXT season 3. One of the worst seasons of NXT, but it was all full of women, and well, I think most of them are still there. Obviously, Maxine's gone. And Naomi's one of the Funkadactyls. Caitlyn's there, AJ's there. Jamie Keys is gone. Bollocks, who else was in there? Oh yeah, Oksana's irrelevant. Yeah, a fair few of them are still there in like irrelevant posts. I mean, you know, whatever. But I think Caitlyn's definitely getting better. She was so fucking green in her NXT appearance, but she's definitely getting better. I mean, the girl used to be a bodybuilder. She's not. She wasn't a wrestler by choice. She wasn't a wrestler to start off with. You know, she's not like one of them. But she's definitely improving, and she's. I mean, she can't act, but neither can a lot of people on WWE TV. But she still looks good. She still looks good in the ring, and can put on decent matches with AJ. But personally, I think it's about damn time they called up Paige. And now I know that's the common thing that British people do. Bring up Paige because she's from England. God save the Queen and all that crap. I'm not like that. Honestly, I think they need to bring up a couple of divas from NXT. NXT's got a pretty good divas division, right? I mean, you put Summer Rae in the ring because at the moment she's just Fandango's dancing bint. But you bring her into the ring, you use her as a wrestler. She's pretty good as a wrestler. Obviously, you've got Paige. You bring up Emma. You bring up who else is in NXT? I've only watched a couple of episodes of NXT, but there's loads of divas. Isn't Alicia Fox's sister floating around somewhere? I don't know. But you bring up a bunch of divas, and you can do a proper divas division. You know, rather than it just being this feud is going on because of AJ and AJ setting up Caitlyn, you could really do a Divas division. And I mean, it's about bloody time they use Natalya and Neidhart properly. But guys, I think AJ wins this match clean on Caitlyn, most likely. But what do you guys think? Because that's all that matters. So let me know in the comment section below, AJ or Caitlyn. AJ Lee or Caitlyn. Let me know down below. Thank you guys. Now let's tap her. Did I tap her out or did I pin her? I can't fucking remember. But so who wins? Is it AJ or Caitlyn? Only you can decide. So go on, decide. Quick, make your mind up. Post it in the comment section. Thank you. for me, at least, I'm finding this one to be a very, very predictable pay-per-view. Most of the matches, to me, have really only one outcome. At least the way I look at it. This one, there's no way, in any of the worlds we humans occupy, that The Miz wins this. No fucking way. You do not take that belt off Kurt Axel. You keep that belt on Kurt Axel. Like I said in the Payback, in the Payback pre-show, for a long bloody time. You keep that Intercontinental Championship on Kurt Axel. Sod it. You do it for a year. And I know WWE ain't, they've only really done one title shot for a year, and that was Punk. But seriously, why not? Who else are you going to put that belt on? If you put the Intercontinental Championship on Miz, what are you going to do? Miz is going to come on to Miz TV and go, I'm the Miz and I'm awesome and look at my golden belt, look at my bell end, look at my belt, look at my wife who left the company, look at my belt. No, you don't need that. Seriously, keep the belt on Kurt Axel. You've really got so much storyline. If you ever decide that you want to turn this kid face, you can. I've got this belt and I've had this belt longer than my dad did, and I did it for you, Dad, and you could really do all that. You could do all that sort of stuff. His father's a fucking legend, and this kid can be as good as his dad if he's booked right. Michael McGillicuddy was booked terribly, but I'm certainly thinking Kurt Axel's definitely got potential to be used pretty well. So keep the Intercontinental Championship on Curtis Axel. For God's sake, don't let that belt get anywhere near anybody who isn't Kurt Axel. Right? You could line faces up, bring in a face every month, have him take on legends even. I know they did that with Santino with the honk perfect mountain meter, right? But have him beat Santino one month, have him beat Wade Barrett. He can beat faces and heels because he's that good. So have him beat Wade Barrett. Have 1 month Goldust challenge him as a legendary Intercontinental Champion and have him beat him. Then you can build up to a retirement match between the two brothers Rhodes, who, even though people are like, oh, leave that one alone, Cody's so low on the card. Thing is, I still want that match. And I'll keep mentioning it in the build up to every WrestleMania until it happens, because I wanted that match 2 years ago when Cody was doing when Cody had just come out of his mask, and I want that match. So you could have Goldust, you could bring out legends. I mean, I recently listened to Colt Cabana's podcast interview with the Honky Tonk Man, famous for his Intercontinental Championship reign. Why don't you do something with a promo off between Axel, Heyman, and Honky? Or even, I mean, and I know, he's probably a bit old for it, but I'll bet they could do a reasonable match on a big Raw or on a pay-per-view. Honky Tonk Man versus Kurt Axel for the IC title. Really, really go for it. Because you've got a chance to do something special here. You've got the son of Mr. Perfect holding the championship belt that Mr. Perfect held. Winning it on Father's Day, which he did at Payback. Right? He doesn't look much like his dad, but he's using some of his dad's moves. His character, his gimmick is like a reference to his father. So why don't you absolutely go for it, I mean, he's the Intercontinental Champion. What's the worst that can happen? He's not going to make the Intercontinental Championship any less relevant. Because, the Intercontinental Championship means nothing with all due respect. The IC title means fuck all. So, it's not like you've got this awesome established belt and this poor wrestler is going to lower it. If anything, they'll both do good for each other. So that's my call for this match. You have Curtis Axel defeat the Miz, and you keep the championship belt on him for a long, long time to come. And my opinion on that tournament ain't gonna change unless something drastic happens. Unless something drastic comes in, there's somebody who I think should actually take the belt from him. But right now and for the foreseeable future, as far as I see it, keep that belt firmly glued around the waist of Curtis Axel. So guys, what are your thoughts? Comment section down below to let me know what you guys think. Whether you guys think I'm right or whether you guys think I'm wrong. But this little addition brings to an end this video. I'll be back for the next pay-per-view. In fact, no, I'm going to cut to me, and I'll close out in a bit. See you guys in a moment. There we go, guys. We have reached the closeout of the WWE Money in the Bank 2013 pre-show. Do remember that I'll be here the day after the pay-per-view to talk to you guys about the pay-per-view, how it went down, and my thoughts on it. But not only will I be doing this, now it's time for me to announce some big hefty shit. I've been hinting at it on Twitter, I've been hinting at it on Facebook, I've been hinting at it on christianmingle.com, on Muslims Like Dating, and on Due Date. I've been hinting at it on all my social networking. It's going to be a regular program that's going to come on after every WWE pay-per-view. It'll be myself and my co-commentator on this special post-pay-per-view roundup conversation with, and I'm going to get into the full character from the Kanto region, specifically the Viridian Forest. He stands in at 1 foot tall. He weighs in at 6.4 pounds. He is the leader of Team Caterpie and the Bug-type champion, Hardy Tech Yo-Yo. That's right, Hardy Tech Yo-Yo will be joining me, but he will not be alone. It is now time for me to announce the special guests that will be joining me on the program, and I will do that in exactly the same style as I announced Mr. Hardy. For the post-pay-per-view discussion, at least one off, potentially a long-term one we haven't actually decided. We're going to see how this first one goes. First, from the Johto region, standing in at 2 feet tall, weighing in at 45.2 pounds, she is the lady they call the Mexile, and her tag team partner from the Kanto region specifically, but from any cave ever, standing or flying, it's your decision, in at 2 feet, 2.7 feet, 2 feet 7 inches, I think, standing in at 2 feet 7 inches, weighing in at 16.5 pounds, with a purple dex, standing or flying, I don't know. He is her tag team partner, and he is the man they call Unlawful Exile. That's right, so joining me on the post-pay-per-view show will be Hardy Tech Yo-Yo and the pair of Exiles. All of us are big wrestling fans, and we're all excited to do this, and to record something like this. It's, wrestling is something that, we've all got in common, but we'll not, I mean, I sort of do a bit of wrestling on the channel, but they really don't, and it's an exciting thing to do with some friends of mine, and that's something that we're going to do, and that will be coming out most likely the Tuesday after the pay-per-view. Be kind, I've got to edit the fucking thing, and we will probably be recording it late at night on Monday, so I'll do my damnedest to get it out for you guys on the Tuesday, but if I can't keep to that, it'll be the Wednesday. But yep, that's right, that's coming up, and that has been announced now. So thank you guys for watching this pre-show for the WWE pay-per-view. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being awesome and being as supportive as you always are. And I'll see you guys in the post-show with Hardy and the Exiles, and that is coming at you very soon. But do remember to like and comment this video and all the others, and subscribe if you like this sort of stuff, because it's going to be more regular, I promise. Thank you guys, goodbye.